Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2020. I'm Kevin Henderson, your Grayson County Judge Executive, and we're here to update you on COVID-19 in Grayson County. Before we get started and go over the numbers, we've got 2020 census. I'll probably talk to you every time that we're on. We're probably going to say something about the 2020 census. Be sure and fill those out. I looked at some numbers today, and I think we're about 47%, which is, it's okay, but we could be a little bit better. And they had some other counties in our district actually in there. Some of them's doing a little bit better than we are. So let's try to be first if we can. So we're keep doing good with that. Also, the boiled water advisory that was in effect for yesterday has been lifted. It was lifted about 1 o'clock today. So that boiled water advisory has been lifted, so everybody can go back to normal. I know there was a few restaurants that you couldn't get drinks and stuff this morning, and everything should be going back to normal as of this time. We said something about the Corps of Engineers and the lakes. People was bringing up the lakes. Only thing I'll say on that is I talked with Diane with the Corps of Engineers, and Nolan and Rough River campgrounds and the playgrounds, all the facilities there, they are closed until May the 31st. They will be closed until May the 31st or until further notice. Now, the lakes and stuff are still, people come down and they're on their boats. I mean, they're in a family together on the boat, so they can do that. So, they can be out on those lakes, and because I don't think they have any intention of shutting down the lakes or the boat ramps. So, I'm just trying to let everybody know. Boil water advisory is lifted. Businesses, we've had a lot of calls today about businesses. When will businesses be open? Because the only thing that was actually lifted was some medical facilities. I think wasn't dentists today, and chiropractors and elective surgeries and that type stuff, which Wayne talked about that yesterday in our press conference. So, and if you got any questions about that, just call your dentist or your healthcare provider. Just give them a call and they'll tell you what they're going to have to do. And I know eye doctors and stuff are open as well, but they're doing a little bit different. But just, you have to wait in your vehicle, and then you can call and say I'm outside, and then you can go in when they call you. So just call them first before you go, and shouldn't be any issues. All road projects have been suspended by the state. So folks, even in the county here, our road projects has been suspended. So just be aware, and I know I've said that every time, but I just want everyone to be aware of that, and it's because of revenue reasons. So with the numbers today, is a good day. If you can have a good day with this is probably the best day. We had one new positive come in today, and from press time yesterday, and it's a 43-year-old female and is an employee at Purdue, and I think there was a conference call, Josh, today. Was there a conference call today? Okay, yeah, and that's supposed to be going on right now as we speak with Angie at the health department. Conference call with Purdue and surrounding counties that surround them. So hospitalized patients, on the update of hospitalized patients. So we've only had one new positive, so that puts our new total at 61 here in the county. But hospitalized patients, the 66-year-old male's hospitalized in stable but critical condition. The 87-year-old female is a resident of Grayson Nursing and Rehab, is hospitalized and in critical condition. A 96-year-old male resident of Grayson Nursing and Rehab is in stable condition, hospitalized, and a 56-year-old female is hospitalized and in stable condition. So there's two folks from Grayson Nursing and Rehab hospitalized, one in critical condition, one in stable condition, and then 2 folks that just reside in the county that are hospitalized. So everyone else that is positive at Grayson Nursing and Rehab, they are all in stable condition and isolated at the facility. So the ones that have tested positive over there. Springview Nursing and Rehab, they have 1 at this time, and that person is in stable condition and isolated at their facility. So the numbers for today, total tests performed here in the county is 403. Today we have pending 22. Negative, we have 320, and positive, we have 61. For those that's hospitalized, and 5 have recovered, and we have 1 death. And Grayson Nursing and Rehab residents, we have 33 residents that have tested positive. Grayson Nursing and Rehab employees, we have 13 that have tested positive, and Springview residents, we have 1 that has tested positive. So if you have any questions, folks, about testing at those facilities or any of the long-term health care facilities, please call them and talk to them about that and what's going on. They could probably provide you a whole lot more information than I could because they're actually running their facilities. They've not been taken over by the state or by the health department. They're still running their facilities, and they can tell you what you need to know if they can. Some things they won't be able to tell you, of course, unless it pertains to your loved one. So with that, Josh is here, and we're going to let Josh, there's some new changes that's come about, and we'll let him talk about that in a few minutes, and we'll go over some more stuff. So Josh Emery, Grayson County Health Department.
All right, thank you, Judge. So the first thing I'll talk about, the CDC has released 6 new symptoms of the coronavirus. These symptoms include chills, repeated shaking with chills, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, and new loss of taste or smell. So again, chills, repeated shaking with chills, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, and new loss of taste or smell. So those will be added to the current symptoms of this virus. The most notable symptom being a shortness of air. So another change that we've implemented, rather it's a recommendation. It's not required. Let me say again, it's not required. It's a recommendation. Is for restaurant workers to wear masks. And the reason why we've made this recommendation is based on the data and how this virus is spread so easily. As I go about my business and going through restaurants and things, I've noticed that several restaurant employees are already doing this. Some do not. And so I think we just need a more consistent approach to it. So I made the decision to make a recommendation for workers to wear masks. Again, that is a recommendation. I can't say that enough. All right, so the next thing I'll say is the health department has been working with schools, this local school system, to make preparations for both middle and high school graduation. The schools have been great about sending their plans over to us and having us to review them. And Angie, our nurse supervisor and epidemiologist, has reviewed one of those plans with me today. We sent it back to the schools and said we think it's great, and I just want to praise the schools for being so proactive yet responsive to this is an important time to 8th graders and to seniors who are graduating. And on behalf of the Grayson County Health Department, I just want to say congratulations for those academic accomplishments. I know it's a tough time, but I think some of the plans that I read that came across my desk from the schools will be suitable for parents and students. So we're very pleased to be able to partner with our school system here. We have a very good working relationship with Grayson County Schools and with the superintendent over there. So that's basically all I have. Like the judge executive was saying, we had 1 positive, I think, after a rough weekend. This is very welcome to news. It's hard to say whether or not that'll hold. I have a feeling it won't, and we'll see more positives, but we'll wait and see, and we'll take it as a good day. Any questions? Yes.
Have all testing at Grayson?
I still think we're waiting for some. I think the majority of them have come back, but we still have a few that we're waiting on.
Any moves to test staff there,
Of which facility?
Grayson Manor?
Grayson Manor, they are currently only testing symptomatic patients, and that's what was recommended.
Symptomatic employees.
Oh, sorry, symptomatic employees. That's what was recommended by the state. Okay, now they could change that depending on if they hit a certain benchmark number or they feel like it needs to be changed. Springview, on the other hand, is looking at testing expansion as well. So more information to come on that. We good? Any questions on the radio? Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, thank you, Josh. This should be a short one today, guys, so hopefully, we just one new positive. I know some questions has come up, some people's just joined in. Boil water advisory has been lifted. It was lifted about 1 o'clock today, so everything's good there. If you got any questions about testing in the long-term care facilities, please reach out to them. Call Grayson Nursing Rehab, call Springview, call wherever your loved one's at. If your loved one's there, please call. If you don't have anybody in there and you call, they're probably going to tell you it's none of your business. But I mean, just to be quite honest with you, but if you got somebody in there, call over there, and they're trying their best, and they're going to they're trying to work with families and let them know everything. So how their loved ones are doing, they're doing a pretty good job with that, because I know some of my family's been contacted every day by them, so they're doing really well with that, trying to keep everybody up to date. So with that, the mask, I know Josh had said something about the mask. They're going to recommend that restaurant workers wear masks, and of course, you can't go into the facility right now. So, it's going to be drive-through and while they're prepping food and this type thing. So I know Fair Share is still making masks, and I know there's a lot of other people out there, and I'm not trying to throw them a plug or anything, but I know they make a lot of these masks for folks. It's 259-3845, 259-3845, and so some of these restaurants, want to reach out to them if they're having trouble finding masks, but masks are starting to come a little bit more readily available. You can get online and get some of them, but be aware, don't send your money first, because there are a lot of scams going on out there right now, and they're telling you, yeah, we can get 500, 1,000 masks, but send your money in first. Don't do it. Don't send it, because that's a red flag right there immediately. So just do not do that. So, but other than that, we'll come back at you again tomorrow, give you the updates on the number. We'll be here at 3:30. So everyone, just remember to pray, folks. That's the only thing we can do. There's nothing else that we can do to prevent this, and except pray that the Lord will heal us. So everyone, have a great rest of your Monday afternoon, and God bless you.